y'all more. Excuse me, guys. Okay. Well, anyhow, excuse all the background noise. We're getting some information in. I do have downloads that is needed to be spoken to that. This is in reference to Takeoff. I would just like to say, that as an inspirational team leader, coach, life coach, channeler, high empath, hierarchy, whatever, I am practically very experienced with these things. I want you, I'm gonna start off letting you know that I had a dream about Takeoff, and this is the dream that I had. He came, they were at a bowling alley, right? And they were starting to bowl, and I can't remember all the dream because it was almost like a week ago, but I think I might have spoke about it on another scenery and stuff like that. But anyway, so they're having a gambling thing and they're going through some stuff or whatever. I mean, they weren't gambling. This was the bowling represents like bees, owl. It's an owl. For some reason, it's like a night owl or some kind of owl, like a watchman. All right. And the bee it could represent bees, it could represent Beyonce, it could represent stingers, it could represent a numerous of things. Anyhow, bowling alley. Okay. So alley also represents again an owl, but we also understand that there's a watchman in between the halls, which means there's something that might not be seen that needs to be seen. There's some things, for example, like if I focus, say I focus on one thing, right? I'm looking at TV, but there's two things going on in my peripheral vision, the corner of your eyes. Okay. There's things going on there that is needed to be seen. Or let's say I'm in one room, right? And let's say I'm dancing and me and my twin brother is highly connected. So everything I do, he's doing, right? But behind, he's in another room, but it's a curtain closed. Like it divides us, right? Now, while I'm having the greatest time of my life and having fun, he could be getting like beat up and hurt and kicked and everything else for the same thing that I'm doing that he's trying to do or something. All right, so it's kind of something like that. But anyway, they were in a bowling now. They was at the bowling, and somehow somebody take off. He has a whole bunch of money, but he's here and he doesn't have any money. It's almost as if he was taken from one place and placed in another place. Like just say like his body, like two different kind of dimensions. Say he's sleeping in bed, but his spirit being like maybe the Grim Week or a guardian, like Elmer Scrooge or something. You know how they come and show you what's gonna happen if you don't change from your kind of lifestyle. So they take him out of his body. He goes into the bowling alley and he's not really present. The reason why he understand what's going on is because he's familiar with these people, but he's not really understanding of it. He know he's supposed to have everything with him, but the everything that is with him is in another dimension. You understand what I'm saying? So, anyhow, with that being said and stuff, hold on, guys. Shh, be quiet, please. Okay. Now, with that being said and stuff like that, right? So he goes and they're like, "Where's he?" Like feels his pockets. He has no money, so he looked to his brothers like, "Yo, you gonna help me? I mean, can you spot me till we get back to such and such? I think I've been robbed." Right? He's like, he doesn't actually say. It's almost like he's saying it telepathic to his brothers. Somebody robbed me. This is a setup. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what is going on with him at that time. So it's like he's present, but he isn't present. Okay. So then the boys, his brothers, and the people that are with him are like looking at like, fuck no, hell no. You know what this is? You know, kind of like I'm under the impression like somebody saying, you know how we get down, you know what we do, you know what I'm saying? and certain words or certain are exchanged. And he looks at him, he like, yo, you're not gonna spot me, yo. Like I'm your brother. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of surprised, but not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because he really didn't want to go there, but he had to go there because it's some other kind of. I do not know how to explain this. Besides, he's in another world, like watching thing, almost just looking at. He could be looking at a past tense thing and why it's happening to him in his present moment, or he could be looking at his present moment and looking at what is yet to happen toward the future or whatever, and he could be looking at all three at the same time. All right, so there you go. You're not gonna give me the money, right? So there's this person. It's a woman. Now I had said this before, but there is a woman. There is a secret relationship, some kind of affair that has been happening, and he's waking up. Okay, it's almost as if him and his brother switch places, right? They switch bodies. When he wake up, he's in his brother's body. You know what I'm saying? And his other brother is in his body. And they get to experience like what life is truly like. You know what I'm saying? Like he get, because he's like, something really fucked up with my brother and I don't understand. So he get to experience what his brother is going through or what he's not able to say. He can't say this out loud, or he can't even show him out loud. So he gets the experience of what his brother has been through and stuff like that. Okay, but let's just say, for example, I'm just giving you hypothetical, events. Say that he's supposed to switch back. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to switch his shoes back, but he doesn't. His brother like, I'd rather live, you know, take off life, and I'm not giving nothing back to him, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Then he's like stuck. He's kind of like stuck. Yeah. Anyhow, let me get back to my dream. Right? So he goes there. So they out there. He like, you ain't gonna spot me, yo. And he's like really surprised that they're not going to do it, but at the same time, he isn't surprised, as I was saying. It's a girl that is asking for this. It's a girl that is. It's a girl. Like, it is a woman, and she is somehow connected to the family, but she really don't like the family. She really just want the money. Like, she wants power. She don't want somebody to have some kind of inheritance. She don't want somebody to be connected to something or somebody. Let's say Takeoff has a sister. She don't want him to know that he has a sister. You know what I'm saying? Because then she won't have as much power over the brother and sister. Let's say that she been controlling them, because they were separate. And if they come together, they will have the pieces of the puzzle will be joined together and complete understanding of everything, how everything had conspired, or everything that ever happened will all come together. It will all make sense. So this would take away her advantage over both of them. So she wants his power and she wants the money, but what is happening? She's what we call like morphing or something. Her time is like ran out or something, and she was trying to morph into his body, but like some kind of grave thing took her. It snatched her. You know what I'm saying? It snatched her because she was supposed to have done some good deeds as well, but the greed was taking over. Greed kept trying to take over, like her or something. So it was no longer just a need of just getting work done and making ends meet and whatever. It became to the point she became jealous, envious. All this dark spirits start entering into her. She became what we call a willing vessel for these things. And it wasn't through force, because she had somebody to intercede on her for her behalf. It was almost like a one chance, and said, well, what do you choose? And she had chose she chose to go to a different path. You know what I'm saying? And she felt like everybody else was going to be happy besides her. So she wanted a lot of other people to feel her pain. She want people to feel her misery. She want people to feel her suffering and stuff like that. And she's jealous of some individuals who is automatic the inheritors or something like that. Let me begin with the reading. Anyway, so the dream goes, with the finishing of the reading and stuff like that, his brother looks off to the side. His brother's looking off. It's something y'all not looking with the right kind of lens. And they're only the people are only showing you what they want you to see. But because of his bloodline, the angelic beings and pleiadians and things like that is showing you things much deeper that you need to see, and trying to relay the messages to the people, because each one of these elements is for the survival of like humanity as a whole. So for example, I keep telling black and white, y'all fighting a bigger battle if you don't push these prejudices aside. Y'all don't even have to worry about being prejudiced no more, because y'all be no more. Y'all won't just to it extinct. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be extinct. You're just gone. There'll be no return for y'all, because there'll be a different kind of generation. The remaining humanities who will be here will walk along with, you know, their ancestral beings and stuff like that. But there's another war that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about the color of your skin, but it's about good and evil. And it's not really even about good and evil. It's just that you're vibrational. You got to be a vibrational match in order to enter into this marital ceremony. And they don't want you to be that, so they'll choose anything that they can amongst the human race. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, hold on. Just 15 gigabytes altogether, probably then. Fucking God, if I would, man, they should have been said that. Then what the that shit ain't gonna be done by one. Alright, so I'm gonna do these things. I don't like my cars when they fall on the floor. Everybody think that's a good sign. I don't like it. 8 hours. So I'm just gonna tap this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it does unveil stuff, but I see that somebody rushing into battle or something. Alright. So anything. I kind of gave a reading last night about what. It was a private reading about Quavo and his brothers and some other stuff, but there's a lot of stuff going on. There's all right. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so I'm gonna pick this one up because it was just one card. All right, Rosanelle, we had some beautiful thinking. People who you think is being sacrificed isn't. We have the Queen of Wands that wants to return. The Queen of Wands wants to return. We see the Black Cat, which is somebody who usually watches the feet in Egyptian watch your feet. You know what I'm saying? Guardians. The cat. Whatever. So we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And okay, so I feel as though that Quavo continue to move forward. I had some cards already. It was already here that I was doing the reading from last night. Continue to move forward and stuff like that, right? So now think about this. Think about the names. Set Off, TakeOff, and Quavo. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, any name Set It Off or wait a minute, Set Off? One name is TakeOff. One name is Set Off. Hold on. Anyway, 2 of the names represents something to do with taking away something or having you out of alignment. Quavo, maybe it means quiver or something like that, a quaver. You know what I'm saying? But Quavo is like the only one that name doesn't mean like be out of alignment or get out or something like that. Or take off your head or anything like that. Like Quavo. Yeah. So I'm not gonna keep calling it because I'm not gonna keep calling it because people like to use it for weird stuff. All right. Anyhow, so we have. Is there any messages that is needed to be relayed and stuff like that? All right. So we have the Six of Cups. All right. I'm gonna put this like because it tried to bend, almost like an archer. So that's the Knight of We have the Knight of Wands, and then we have the Hangman, and we have Judgment. So I'm gonna just keep it as that. I'm gonna flip this card. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Star card. Okay, so I hope that you see that right there. All right. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a challenge and stuff like that. All right. And we have the Knight of Wands, and then the Six of Cups. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna start off with the Ace of Pentacles. There was something that was given that was supposed to be happening. I think it's the rising of the sun, kind of like the tree of life and redemption for somebody. With the Queen of Pentacles, with the Queen of Wands, we know that there is a strong communication. You know, usually dealing with like alchemy, spiritual forces, and stuff like that. We understand that um it represents some form of enlightenment and everything like that. But do understand she's been through some trials. You know, she's kind of we understand that the Queen of Cups is usually dealing with the emotion. We know that the Queen of Swords is somebody who's been through a heartbreak and all those kind of things. They try to help other people. We know that the Queen of Pentacles deal with material wealth and very kind, neutral, and stuff like that. And the Queen of Wands deals with your like fiery energy, your elemental fire energy. I mean, with the rising of something or someone, power, the rising of power. The sun represents your soul or your disc. Okay, rising now is a guardian angel. All right, that helps people to understand what love is. I feel as though somebody was trying to look for true love. They found their true love. They chose their heart rather than financial gain. This has something to do with the heart and financial gain, something that he really loved the most, something that he desired. And um somebody was kind of like Ace of Pentacles, dealing with money as well and everything, but the material wealth was the coin. The coin was his kingdom, his inheritance. He wasn't choosing the inheritance of the world. He was in choosing the inheritance of his own life. For example, he could be a rising king, you know what I'm saying? And somebody came to offer him $1,000,000, asking to sign a contract. He would not sign it or whatever. It says, all you got to do is just sacrifice such and such. And he's like, nah, that's okay. I think I'm going to do without that. So he chose the greater, higher hope. Some people were displeased with it because they all wanted a piece of the pie. They were all after his insurance. They all wanted the money, and they went to go do some things that could not get to it because he chose a different pathway. They thought they had him in a bag, you know what I'm saying? But when he made that choice, when he came on set, somebody was looking at his wife too because he understood that the wife can make a lot of money, and this could be a future wife or whatever the situation is. This is the challenge right here. This is the Knight of Wands. When he chose that, you know what I'm saying? Because usually this is somebody who comes to bring in good news. Somebody try to flip the situation upside down. That's why we had the Six of Cups, because something began to smell fishy. Somebody was pregnant. And somebody, I feel as though somebody was pregnant and somebody had a baby on a bed or something. and it was inside of a house or something. If somebody had a baby. There were several events going on, so there's a different kind of communication that's coming along with it. Somebody was pregnant. Somebody had a baby cut out their stomach, and they ate the child. You know what I'm saying? Some of these places they deal with those kind of things, and somebody ate a child. Here, these are some things, some dark stuff that's going on with it, and they're offering. They're trying to make an offering. As you can see, upstairs is a very dark place. This windows right here is a very dark place, and they asking this innocent child, look how big the person is and how big the cup and everything like that. They're asking the person, you know what I'm saying, for a certain deal. And right here, it's not just a fish that they're asking. It look like they're trying to put a head inside of a cup. They're asking, we could serve their head on a platter. You know what I'm saying? So it's something like that. And she's like thinking like, I mean, he's like thinking like, nah, I mean, you know, I can work my way up. I mean, we don't have to go through all that. You know what I'm saying? But somebody like, shit, I need more money. I'm running out of time. We need it the quickest way possible. So they got messy. You know what I'm saying? Everything became a mess because nothing was going right. It is all everything came back to because they got way too messy. You know what I'm saying? They got way too messy. And with the hangman, sit down and stuff like that, refusing to see the truth for what it really is, seeing the people for who they truly are. They didn't want to believe what they were seeing. They know that something wasn't right. They felt that within themselves. They kept saying, I should turn around. They would not turn around. How could they turn around when they got a gun sticking at their waist? Okay? how you going to turn around? You couldn't even if you wanted to, right? All right? So they steady walking and stuff like that. All right? So this is where like the judgment card comes in. All right, so this is like a baby that was sacrificed some time ago, and even though y'all might think that this is a good card and stuff like that, and people always think like it's a judgment in favor and stuff like that. Keep in mind that Jesus Christ was sacrificed, right? I'm not gonna say that he died for anybody's sin. I'm gonna say that he was just sacrificed for the sinful nature of sinful people who wanted to feed a dark agenda. Period. You know what I'm saying? But God remember all that was done to the people. All right, so he was withdrawn and taken away and given unto angel, right? So that the child could be protected, saved, and sanctified. Now, these people here that is coming out from the grave is people who were asleep, who had things that was being done to them upon the past, right? They were doing these things were being done to them. Okay? And now that they're able to see the truth for what it really is, they're grateful. They're grateful that there is something that's going to lead them back to the restoration of who they truly are. That's the human race. It's not just black. It's not just white, yellow, green, orange, red. I mean, it's the human race. The United States of America and many other surrounding countries was placed under a sleep and a slumber. I'm sorry to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? They have also been programmed. They were programmed at a certain time. They waking up, they shaking off their dust from their bodies, and everybody is seeing the truth for what it truly is and what's going on. That they have been played. That they have been played like a game of Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? And that there were some other forces that was just having a great time with them. They're now understanding that they actually have the power. You know what I'm saying? From within. This is the secret. Okay? The secret is that within you is hidden mysteries of who you are, your map and everything else. Okay? And how you is to overcome these certain types of what we call propagandas against you. We have the surrounding nations who try to come against the chosen ones, and they fell miserably because the chosen ones are the ones who created every and all thing. So when they were designed and created, who helped build these nations and stuff like that, of course they created themselves so that they, you know, wouldn't have something trying to take advantage or take over them. They're creating design like that, but they came to see if there would be some who will be able to dwell with them and live a prosperous life rather than what another side want. And I wouldn't even call it a devil. It's just a place where you have learned experience. Nobody want to continue to go through a karmic trench, and this is what we have awakened from: the restoration of who you are. All right, now